Most people shudder when they hear the phrase in-laws, but Prince William might have gotten lucky. In the decades he's known them, his relationship to Carole and Michael Middleton has only grown stronger. When Prince William began dating Princess Catherine, many called attention to her parents' class background. Carole Middleton is from a working-class family and grew up in public housing, while Michael Middleton's family is well off. The pair met while both were working for British Airways, and later found wealth from their successful party pieces business. They were able to give Catherine and her siblings a traditional middle-class upbringing, sending them to private school and raising them in a beautiful home. But the class system has long been ingrained in British culture, and some deemed the middle-class Catherine an unsuitable match for the upper-class William. Subsequently, the press targeted Carole for her own class background. In 2007, William and Catherine temporarily broke up, and some blamed Carole for the split. At the time, claims circulated that elitist folks in William's inner circle deemed Carole uncouth and uncultured. William was reportedly angered by these classist attacks, as a source told the Daily Mail. William does not believe that anyone genuinely or even remotely connected with him would say such things, and is horrified that these reports have emerged. He suspects there is a great deal of mischief-making going on, and thinks it is extremely unfair and totally unnecessary, particularly for Kate and her family. By 2009, William and Catherine were back together, but Carole was reportedly growing concerned that William hadn't put a ring on it. As a source told royal expert Katie Nicholl at the time, Carole is concerned that Kate's life has come to a bit of a standstill. She says Kate can't get on and do normal things because of the public interest in her. According to Nicholl's book, Kate, the Future Queen, Carole held a secret meeting with William to voice her worries in 2009. Nicholl wrote, "Perhaps it was the constant references to weighty Katie which got to William. Possibly it was the words of his soon-to-be mother-in-law which rang in the prince's ears. Before Christmas 2009, Carole Middleton had anxiously asked him when he planned to make an honest woman of her daughter." William was training with the RAF at the time and assured Carole that he would marry Catherine once he finished. He stayed true to his promise and proposed to Catherine in October 2010.
She was absolutely over the moon.
In a reversal of the typical order of things, William asked Michael for his permission after popping the question. He was aware that it was a risky move.
Well, I was torn between asking Kate's dad first, and then the realisation that he might actually say no dawned upon me, so I thought if I ask Kate first, then he can't really say no.
William spoke to Michael shortly after Kate said yes, but the exchange left Michael in an awkward position. During a shooting weekend at Balmoral, William told his future father-in-law that Queen Elizabeth II didn't know about the engagement yet. As William needed the Queen's permission to marry Kate, he asked Michael to keep their engagement a secret until Her Majesty had been informed. Michael agreed and kept quiet about the joyful news, cementing his loyalty to the firm. When William and Kate announced their engagement in 2010, William gushed about Carole and Michael during an interview with ITV News. He explained that the Middleton family was very close-knit and that he already felt like a part of it.
Mike and Carole have only been, really sort of loving and caring and really fun, and have been really welcoming towards me.
In 2011, friends opened up to Vanity Fair about William's bond with the Middletons. One pal said William loved going on vacation with his in-laws because of how relaxed they are. These holidays were refreshing compared to the trips he takes with his own family, who are beholden to royal protocol. Another friend explained how much fun William has around Carole. They said, "She's very young in spirit and a great entertainer. One of her and Michael's favourite after-dinner party jokes is announcing the flights coming into Mustique in their best air steward voices as they dine al fresco. It always has William in hysterics." Carole and Michael's marriage has been going strong since 1980. When the couple celebrated their 34th anniversary in 2014, Prince William made sure they spent it like royals. He invited Carole and Michael to Sandringham and treated them to a tour of the stunning Anne Hall. William also did some male bonding with Michael, with a source telling the Daily Mail. They had a barbecue on Saturday afternoon. Mike helped William, while the ladies entertained Prince George. The fact that Carole and Michael would want to spend their special day with William says so much about their relationship. The anniversary actually fell days after William's 32nd birthday and Michael's 65th, and the joint celebration showed just how tight William and his in-laws had grown since he married Kate. Prince William's relationship with King Charles III has been far from perfect. Infamously, Prince Harry claimed in his 2023 memoir Spare that his elder brother felt tormented by Charles's relationship with Camilla, Queen Consort, whom William supposedly deemed an interloper. But William has enjoyed a great camaraderie with his father-in-law, sometimes to the detriment of the prince's relationship with his own dad. According to Vanity Fair, William sometimes likes to call his father-in-law Dad, which annoys Charles. That's not the only issue Charles has had with the Middletons. In his 2018 book, Rebel Prince, The Power, Passion and Defiance of Prince Charles, author Tom Bower alleged that Charles, who was still Prince of Wales at the time, was jealous of his son's bond with the Middletons. Charles apparently felt that his place as family patriarch was being usurped when William chose to spend Christmas with Catherine's family. Bower wrote, "The distance between Highgrove and Norfolk isolated the prince from his grandchildren and allowed Kate's mother, Carole Middleton, to take charge. Several of the Queen's courtiers picked up on this. As a consequence, they decided to ignore Carole Middleton on social occasions." Witnessing how distraught the squabble had left her grandson, Queen Elizabeth II tried to remedy the situation by illustrating to the press that she had a good relationship with Carole. When Princess Catherine becomes Queen Consort, Carole and Michael will likely remain without titles, though they could be in line for honours reserved for commoners. The Middletons will also have to adjust to being parents of the Queen, which is a daunting prospect for the middle-class couple. But Carole and Michael needn't worry too much, as William's been slowly helping them prepare for that big change. According to the 2021 documentary, When the Middletons Met the Monarchy, William explained to his in-laws that their lives would indeed change forever, but assured them that they could call him at any time if they needed advice. As relationship psychologist Angela Matanda pointed out, royal family members grow up learning the etiquette that comes with their station. Anyone who needs to learn those rules later in life will surely need help adjusting to them to mitigate potential mistakes.
For the Middleton family, I think it would only be fair to offer them guidance, support and help about protocol.
Born into aristocratic privilege, Prince William never really knew what a normal childhood looked like. This resulted in much trauma for the young prince. However, Carole and Michael have shown William how to be a regular parent to Prince George, Princess Charlotte and Prince Louis. As royal podcaster Rachel Andrews told OK in 2022, he admires the way that Carole and Michael brought up Catherine, Pippa and James, Kate's siblings, and that seems to be reflected in the way William is a down-to-earth father now. According to the 2015 documentary Kate Middleton, Ere We Go Again, Carole has been particularly instrumental in shaping William's down-to-earth approach to parenting.
One of the things that enables William and Kate to be so ordinary is the presence of the Middletons in their lives.
In a 2021 chat with Good Housekeeping, Carole gave some insight into her grounded approach to her grandchildren, which she has evidently imparted to William and Catherine. She explained, "I want to run down the hills, climb the trees, and go through the tunnel at the playground." At just 15 years old, Prince William lost his mum, Princess Diana, in a car crash in Paris. After navigating his teens and 20s without a mother, he has now found a maternal figure in Carole. As a royal insider observed to The Sun in 2021, William's in-laws have become like second parents. As royal biographer Angela Levin has explained, William loved his mother, but she often imposed adult responsibilities on him. She confided in the youngster about her personal problems and essentially parentified him. Carole has thus provided some maternal stability for William. Levin said, "Carole relieved William of such burdens by accepting him for who he was rather than what he was. She made him feel secure, comfortable and protected, and he didn't have to worry about what he said or be responsible for her emotions." Whereas Diana often confided in William, he is now able to confide in Carole. As Rachel Andrews pointed out to OK, he, of course, lost Diana when he was very young and probably looks up to Carole because he's lacked a mother figure for so much of his life. With Carole and Michael, he's got people to confide in who are removed from the monarchy. Despite all the bad blood between Prince William and Prince Harry, the latter's 2020 exit from the royal family was traumatic for the brothers. In addition to losing their mother at young ages, they were now estranged from each other.
How would your mom feel about your relationship with your brother now?
I think she would be sad.
Speaking to The Sun in 2020, royal author Phil Dampier argued that Carole, a savvy businesswoman who had a tough upbringing, was the ideal person to support William during this difficult time. Sources also told the outlet that William had sought comfort in his in-laws after so-called Megxit, with Carole staying with William and Kate in the period that followed. One said, "Understandably, William and Kate have been very upset by what has happened. Not only has William lost his brother as a working member of the family, but he and Kate now have a much greater burden. Being able to talk to Carole and share his feelings has been a great help." Though Carole and Michael are not titled, Prince William has done everything in his power to make the couple feel included at royal events. For instance, the Middletons attended Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's wedding in 2018. They also paid their respects at Queen Elizabeth II's funeral at Windsor Castle in 2022, accompanying VIP guests and senior royals. The Middletons also attended King Charles III's coronation in May 2023. According to Robert Harmon's book Charles III, The Inside Story, William made it his mission to secure his in-laws' invites to the momentous event. As a source told the author, having all of them there was very important to him. He was absolutely insistent that his wife's family be properly included. In March 2024, conspiracy theories were rife about Princess Catherine's whereabouts. The princess had taken a lengthy break from her duties following abdominal surgery, but this excuse simply did not suffice for many royal fans. In an apparent attempt to assuage these conspiracies, Kensington Palace's official Instagram released a photo of Catherine and her 3 children for Mother's Day. Eagle-eyed fans noticed that the snap had been heavily altered, to the point that the photo came with a warning when it appeared on Instagram feeds. The bad publicity was unusual for Catherine, who's usually a media darling. When Prince William became engaged to Catherine in 2010, he assured his in-laws that he would always do his best to shield their daughter from negativity. So, William felt hurt and helpless after the bad press from the photo incident. As royal correspondent Jenny Bond told OK, he promised Kate's parents that he would protect and look after her, so he'll feel guilty for any hardship she goes through, because all she's done is fall in love with someone who happens to be a future king. There's obviously a lot of baggage that comes with this. It's a unique and different life which you've got to have a very thick skin for. When Princess Catherine was diagnosed with cancer in 2024, her parents were understandably distraught. But Carole and Michael put on brave faces to support William and their 3 grandchildren throughout the difficult time. As royal biographer Duncan Larcombe explained to The Mirror, Carole and Michael's relative normality likely came in handy as William grappled with his wife's diagnosis. Larcombe noted, "They are quite an ordinary family unit, which will be important to help aid Kate's recovery. I think what we will see now over the next coming weeks and months is William really focusing on the Middleton family and really being that adopted son." Namely, Carole came to the rescue to help her grandchildren adjust to their new normal. Speaking to The Independent, a friend of the Middletons said that Carole had begun taking the children to school and offering bountiful support. The insider said, "She's come to the rescue, provided reassurance, and has been a rock to Catherine and William as they come to terms with the news." Testament to their bond, Carole and William were spotted on a low-key trip to the pub during Catherine's cancer struggle in a brief reprieve to normality.